Alright, I'm making this video today very quick, simple video. I just want to touch on a few things. Um, as you can see by the title of this video, I'm a 29-year-old addict. And I just wanted to hopefully reach some people who can relate and maybe not feel alone in this sense. I want to start by saying I'm 8 years sober at this point, for the most part. I had a few relapses here and there with addiction issues. I won't go into details about what it is that I was addicted to, because ultimately all addiction is the same in terms of the feeling that it brings to the person. I want to say the victim who is battling that addiction. That being said, I just want to start by saying, yes, I have been sober for 8 years now, for the most part, and people always ask me, like, oh, they always congratulate me and they tell me, like, great job, you beat it, you did it, how'd you do it, or like this and that and the other thing. And to put it bluntly, I didn't. I didn't beat it. Addiction still has its grasp on me 8 years without giving into the vices. But I'm going to be brutally honest with you, because therapists, they won't be. I've been to plenty. They'll tell you a multitude of things, but they're not going to tell you the truth. And that's what I want to do here in this video. I want to tell you the truth. The truth is that I didn't beat it. I still battle it every single day of my life. It's a constant fight. A fight that doesn't end. A fight that you don't get a break from. A fight that hinders your quality of life at times. It's draining. It's exhausting. And nobody claps you, nobody's telling, it's ugly. It's an ugly reality, addiction, and the aftermath and the battles that you go through. I've been battling for 8 years, every single day, and I know anybody watching this who has an addiction problem can relate to me when I say you live your life listening to two voices, right? You have the one that's on one side of your brain, and you have the other that's on the other side of your brain. One's telling you what you shouldn't do, and how you shouldn't give in to the addiction, and how you shouldn't, go back to what it is that your vice is, and do those things. But then you have the other side of, like, what's the point anyway, right? And that side's telling you, just do it. It'll take you away from the pain and the misery that you have in life. Which, again, that's another video for another day. I have plenty of it, to be honest, right? I have a lot of issues that I have had for extended periods of time that haven't seemed to resolve themselves, and I don't expect them to, and I don't want sympathy for that either. I'm a human being. I'm my own person. I'm a grown man, and they're my issues to figure out and handle. I don't need anybody else to figure them out for me. And I battle those on my own time, right? But I will say addiction has definitely pushed me away from people, over time. It's caused me to, self-reflect and isolate away from people as well, which has been vital for me. I've needed to do that because the people I was around were only making things worse and putting those things in front of me more than not, because that was my definition of what fun looked like. So, the company I kept around me was similar in that way, where we would share that one, similarity, that one thing we had in common. It was the drugs or the alcohol or whatever else you want to label as your addiction or your problem. And no matter what addiction you may have, it is valid, and you're worth, your struggle is worth it, if that makes sense. I say that meaning that no matter what the addiction is, exactly, they're all the same and they all should be treated as such. I just wanted to make this video to hopefully make somebody understand that you're not alone going through the addiction and the fights and the battles that you have in your mind every day. And I'm also here to tell you that that fight doesn't end, and it's about finding peace with that. And, the small victories, giving yourself a pat on the back for overcoming each and every day, and just that's the only way to approach it, is each and every day. Sometimes a given day, I might just take it each hour, You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's that bad where every single hour I feel like I'm fighting that voice, and I'm just, and it's never ending. Um, and then some days I have good days where I'm not thinking of these things and I'm having a great day. And then at the end of it, though, when you're back home and you're in your bed alone, you start to realize that it hasn't gone away and it's still there. And that void that you're seeking to fill is not filled. And that's when, those thoughts creep in and start to get to you. Again, the video that I'm making here is just not only just to vent my own feelings. I'm not doing this for views or anything like that. I just want to talk, express what it is I'm currently going through at this very second and what I'm feeling, in hopes that some other person can watch this and see that they're not, alone in this, and that this is a fight that we're all going through. Everybody that is under this umbrella, this unfortunate umbrella that a lot of people struggle with on a daily basis. I'll never give up the fight. I'll say that. And I might fall and I might fail. I have in the past and I may again. But I'm just going to continue to fight no matter what, because that's all we can do, right? And I just want to be a voice for, I would say, the voiceless in a way, because most people that are battling addiction and actively battling it don't really speak on it. And I want to change that narrative. I want to be able to come out here and speak on it openly and be willing to be vulnerable and admit how hard it is and how draining and never ending it seemingly is. And of course, my goal and my hopes one day is to not have these thoughts or these feelings, right? And not have to go through that battle that I'm discussing now. But one way or another, it's better to voice what it is you feel and to turn to people that you can trust and that are in your corner for support. And if you don't have that, I'm willing to be that for you, even if I don't know you. Just reach out in the comment section, give me an email or whatever it is that you want to communicate, a Twitter account, whatever it is. I'll be willing to talk to people who are going through this, and I just want to help. Because at the same time, helping another person will just help myself, I want to be able to be a voice for people, or a place that people can voice themselves and know that the person listening to you is genuine and understands exactly what it is that you're going through. I don't have the answers. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy that's struggling, right? That's all I am. That's all I am. And I'm trying to help other people who are also struggling with me. I don't necessarily know what the future holds for myself. I may not be here tomorrow. I don't know. Nobody knows. But I do want to make an attempt to help others, because I feel like I was given this struggle for a reason, and I want to turn it into something, right? Because otherwise I have nothing. So that's my goal with this video. I hope it outreaches to somebody who's struggling addiction, and not only that, just mental health issues, depression, anxiety, whatever it is that you're going through. I have confidence, and I can say this sadly, that no matter what umbrella you fall under, I likely have been through it and or are going through it actively. And I could relate to you. You're not alone, and you're valid, you're worthy. And no matter what you're going through, it doesn't mean that you're not good enough, or whatever you may tell yourself, because I know that battle too. It doesn't exist. And I'm getting better at understanding that and realizing that my thought perception can really truly create a reality that may not be tangible and real in the real world. But if it is real inside your mind, that's all that really matters, because then it becomes your reality. Just a short video. I'm not gonna harp too much on the topic. I just wanted to put this out there in hopes of finding somebody stumble across this on this platform and reaches out, and I can maybe connect with you and help you, as well as help myself, because like I said, I'm still going through it too. So I love everybody who watches this, and I hope you guys keep fighting. Don't give up. It's the best advice I could give to you. It's the advice that I'm going to take myself, and it's the advice that I think everybody that is battling addiction needs to hear. And that's all we could do. Let's just keep pushing forward. Let's keep fighting, and let's build like a little community of people who are going through this together. And hopefully one day we could all realize and see the growth that we've how far we've come, I should say. I love every single one of you who watched this video, and thank you for giving me the time and the platform to speak on something that is vulnerable and something that isn't, publicly spoken about enough. I wish it was talked about more, how debilitating it is, and how much of a struggle it truly is in this world, that it just gets overlooked and not spoken on. But I'm going to leave it there, and till next time.